I had a lot of friends growing up that like to take things apart, such as their electronics, remote control cars, dirt bikes, snowmobiles, but they couldn't put them back together. I was the one who could put them back together.
A typical day, we come in, we'll check our schedules, check our emails, we'll check with service if there's any questions about tickets, any special requests, get all the information we can, and then we'll check our parts, make sure they're correct, not damaged. And then from there, we load up. Once we get on the road, then we start calling customers and start running our calls.
Hi, this is John calling from Bekins Appliance. I'm on the way over to take a look at your refrigerator. I should be there in about 15 minutes. All right, thank you.
When we come into home, we meet the customer, greet the customer, introduce ourselves, start talking, ask them what the appliances they have the problem with and what kind of issues that they're having. Because sometimes it's not always clear cut. Sometimes what we see on our end of it, once we get there, they'll extend that and explain, well, there's also this going on as well. So, and from there, we just do our job. Part of the things that we do to protect the home is we wear shoe covers, and we also have mats that we come in and we put down for our toolboxes. We use boards when we pull out appliances to protect the floor. Make sure that we're, aware of any water issues, and we clean up when we're done. Make sure that basically didn't look like we were there.
I'd almost like to say I like to see it cleaner than when we got there. Everything gets wiped down, all the fingerprints get cleaned off, the stainless steel gets polished, glass gets wiped down. Everything's tested before we leave. You move a rug that's in the middle of the kitchen to be able to slide it out. You try and pay attention and put the rug back exactly where it was. Any utensils that were, some people decorate with different, plants and pottery and stuff like that. If that all gets moved, it should be put back exactly like it was.
Probably the biggest challenge would just be the broad spectrum of appliances that we service. It's not like we're going out on a whirlpool every day. We're going out on multiple different manufacturers. And we don't only service what we sell. We service what we sell and then every other manufacturer except for Samsung. We service still 25-year-old, 30-year-old Sub-Zeros. And then we've got the brand new 2018s that are Wi-Fi enabled that the first thing we do when we show up is we connect our laptops to them and we can run the entire unit via Wi-Fi. So that adds, an entire different realm, and also another challenge, for different technicians, being able to adapt from the old mechanical style appliances to now everything that's controlled via electronics. And that adds, a whole challenge for any technician, because we're not walking in and first thing, oh, there's a bad thermostat. Thermostats are becoming pretty obsolete now. Everything is electronically controlled with thermistors.
There's still a lot of on-the-job training, a lot of training from the techs that are already doing it. But we definitely have far more emphasis on trying to get service techs to factory certified trainings. I try and work with the service technicians to make sure that we have the equipment that we need and that we're staying on top of the cutting edge tools. That's part of the trainings that we send them to. There's diagnostic equipment like Miele and Sub-Zero have, and without it you can't service the appliance. So we work on trying to make sure that that diagnostic equipment is available for our service technicians so we can service our customers.
I think the biggest thing is being able to interact with customers. We see the good and the bad in customers. And sometimes, having to deal with the bad is part of the job, and you have to understand and be able to work with customers. Sometimes you just have to let them vent.
We have a high expectation of ourselves and what we do. Anytime the guys see an opportunity to go the extra step, they do. The guys like helping people. They're on a service call for their customers' range, and they notice that the condenser on their refrigerator is plugged. They'll take the extra minute and grab their vacuum and hit it for the customer. If they have the time, they'll ask if there's anything else that needs service while they're there.
You get great experiences not necessarily great experiences. For the most part, they are great with the customers. You could work on the exact same appliance every day, and it would still be a different scenario, just because of the customers that we're dealing with. Get to interact with that. Their perspective may be different than the next, but that's what's great about the job, is we're constantly on the go, constantly meeting new people, never the same thing.
Being on the road for me, I don't know if I could sit at a desk all day. Being challenged is something new. Sometimes you get into a house and you're like, been there, done that, you know exactly what's wrong, and then there's days where you have to spend a little bit more time and it's a bit more challenging, but that's part of the job and that's what I like.
You get a company vehicle. It's a benefit for us if we can dispatch a service technician from their home or have them end at their home. You're out on the road, free to stop and get your lunch, stop and get breakfast. You can stop and get a snack whenever you want. It's a rewarding job. You know, when you can diagnose something on a very complicated piece, like some of the Miele equipment that we sell, you know, they're not easy to work on. There's not even a lot of service companies that work on them. So when you can, you know, diagnose it and get it fixed, you know, it's a very rewarding job.